You are now watching a PhillyFuego production. Gracias, amigos. Fly, Eagles, fly. Hola, mi amigos. Is I, PhillyFuego, producer of the Nest Out West, with my special song that I wrote late last night in the whim of inspiration for our oh so wonderful, you can't really see my eyes, but I'm rolling them, Mr. Howie Roseman. So without further ado, Howie Roseman, how are you still employed? You suck at drafting talent, and the fans are so annoyed. Howie Roseman, you should be fired too. Mr. Lurie, you don't fool me. Howie must have dirt on you. Howie Roseman, how are you still employed? You suck at drafting talent, and the fans are so annoyed. Howie Roseman, you should be fired too. Mr. Lurie, you don't fool me. Howie must have dirt on you. Everybody now! Howie Roseman, how are you still employed? You suck at drafting talent, and the fans are so annoyed. Howie Roseman, how are you? You should be fired too. Mr. Lurie, you don't fool me. Howie must have dirt on you. Gracias, amigos. On to the Nest Out West. Take it away, Mr. Philly Foothills.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills, and I am back in the Nest Out West, where I'm trying to bring you the best when it comes to Philadelphia Eagles content. Thank you so much to Mr. Philly Foothills, my producer. Bravo, sir. Well done. I think he speaks for a lot of Eagle fans with that song. So thanks again to my wonderful producer, Mr. Philly Foothills. And again, welcome in. If you are new to my channel, I go by Philly Foothills. This is the Nest Out West. And this is where you're going to come to get all the latest Eagles content out there. So if you are new to my channel and you like and hear what you see today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. And if you want more of me, go ahead, and you haven't done so already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you want notifications of all of my videos, go ahead and ding that bell up there in the corner. So, man, before I get into today's video, which is, very, very important, I want to give a tremendous, heartfelt shout out to my, who I've cloned now, my YouTube sensei, Mr. Philly500. If you guys don't know who he is, you've probably been living under a rock when it comes to Eagles content, because he has thousands and thousands of subscribers. And I want to give him a huge shout out for giving me a shout out for reaching 100 subscribers on his one of his latest videos. So thank you so much, Mr. King Dingbat. You're the man. Like I said, you are now my YouTube sensei. So very, very humbled, sir. Very, very much so. I appreciate it. Very, very much so. Yeah. So, but like I said, if you don't know Philly500, and it comes to Eagles content, you've been living under a rock. If you haven't done so already, check him out. Philly500. He's the King Dingbat. He's the guy with a lot of energy that stands in front of the fatheads in his posted up in his house there. So and he has the victory celebrations out in his garage where he smokes the cigars. But thousands and thousands of subscribers. So again, huge shout out to Philly 500 for his shout out of me reaching 100 subscribers, and it's only benefited because since then, since reaching 100 a couple days ago, I'm now at 130. So last time I checked, I'm at 130 Philbillies strong. So love and appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Couldn't do it without your love and support. So thanks again for all the continued support again for my channel. So yeah. So yeah, let's get into it. Part 2 of the next head coach for our Philadelphia Eagles. And you know, some people are already starting to come off the list. At least one that I know of. He was my personal favorite, who I mentioned last video. Mr. Lincoln Riley looks like he's going to be staying in Norman, and he got that fat contract recently, so I don't blame him. And he's still very young, especially when it comes to coaching, so he has lots of time to transition into the NFL. So, like I mentioned in my last video, you know, if we can't land one of these top offensive minds, like you know, obviously Riley, Lincoln's off the table, but if we can't land, you know, Eric Bieniemy, or you know, a lot of people are liking Arthur Smith and Brian DeBoll. Arthur Smith's out of Tennessee, Brian DeBoll's out of Buffalo. They were both offensive coordinators. They both done wonderful things with the quarterbacks there. And you know, I also just seen an post that popped up on my phone a few minutes ago that said that we've now interviewed the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, Mr. Joe Brady. But it seems like I was reading in that article, he is now interviewed for every vacant coaching vacancy in the NFL this year around. So this year go around. So, you know, he's just another name in the hat there that we could, you know, look out for. But where I was going with that was, if we can't land one of these top offensive minds that I'm just mentioning, I think definitely Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator for the 49ers the last 3 years, would be a strong choice, as long as we can get a really strong offensive mind as our offensive coordinator to, you know, obviously carry the offensive side of the coaching. But I think Robert Saleh, definitely, his defense is obviously, me being from the West Coast, I see a lot more 49er football probably than the average Eagles fan. But I always notice that his defenses always come to play, and that his players always play hard for him. He's definitely one of those coaches that his intensity level is in the game. He's definitely right down there with the players, and he relates to his players very, very well from what I've seen. So, but I just don't know how likely it is that Lurie and Mr. Roseman, how likely it is that they are to lean in the direction of a defensive-minded coach as a head coach, because it's just not really their style. Yeah. So I really don't think Saleh is really, he would be a good candidate to me if we can't get, like I said, if we can't get a strong offensive mind in-house, who has NFL coaching experience, then he would definitely be a strong candidate. But I don't think he's likely doing, you know, with our current ownership and front office. So, saying that, another name that's popped up a little bit in talks with the Eagles coaching vacancy is the defensive coordinator with the LA Rams, Mr. Brandon Staley. So, like, you know, like I said, again with Saleh, if they want to go defensive minded and Saleh's off the market, then I think he would probably be the top choice. But I don't think it's very likely Brandon Staley is going to he might not even get an interview at this point. But another name that's been circling around is Mike Kafka. And Mike Kafka is currently the quarterback coach / passing game coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. And he's definitely in talks, I think, of possibly getting a head coach position in the NFL. I don't know if any teams are going to be willing to take that jump with Kafka, and I doubt the Eagles are, because that would kind of be walking the same exact path as what they did with Doug Peterson, a former player who played quarterback for the Eagles out of Andy Reid's coaching tree. It's almost an exact clone. Well, I shouldn't say that, but very, very similar to Doug Peterson in a lot of aspects. So I don't know how willing the Eagles would be to give Mike Kafka a shot at being the next head coach. But you never know. Stranger things have happened, Eagles fans. I personally think that Bieniemy is going to get a head coaching spot, obviously somewhere. It may be here in Philadelphia. I don't know. To me, it's not the most attractive head coaching spot out there. One of the YouTube content providers that I watch, he was claiming that it's the best spot, but I disagree with that. I think there are better landing positions given the ownership front office situation currently here in Philadelphia, and given the current cap space position going into next year. So it's going to be an uphill battle for any coach that comes in here to try to get this ship right. So another name that I saw pop up is James Urban. He is the current quarterback coach in Baltimore, who has done a pretty good job with working with Lamar Jackson. I mean, he turned him into an MVP last year. So James Urban may get some head coaching interviews for open spots around the league, and he could be a name that we should keep an ear out for, Eagles fans, because like I said, and definitely if they were looking more hurt, if the Eagles are thinking more Hurts, then I think James Urban would definitely be a really good option there. But I don't know, the quarterback position is definitely going to be something that the next coach is going to have to figure out along the way. Another name that I seen pop up too is Jim Caldwell. Jim Caldwell is currently unemployed, and I think there's a reason for that. I think the game has kind of passed him by, and I think he's a little too old now. And there always comes a time when somebody needs to realize they need to hang him up, and I think maybe it is Mr. Caldwell's time. I know he's had some health issues as well, so I wish him the best. Though I think he's a great coach, and in all his endeavors. So, and anyway, there was another. I mean, Todd Bowles was another name I've seen thrown out there, but as a defensive coordinator, maybe, yeah, but not a head coach. No way. No. You've seen what he did with the Jets. Not interested in Todd Bowles as a head coach. I think he's a great defensive mind, and he can make a great defensive coordinator pretty much anywhere, as long as he has a good amount of talent around him. But another interesting, the last name that I have on my notes here, I believe Eagles fans, is it looks like the Eagles are going to interview Gerard Mayo, who is the former linebacker coach for the New England Patriots. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if they're just trying to cover the Rooney Rule. I don't know if they have to go out of house, and interview somebody of color besides Deuce. But because I know they said Deuce Staley's going to get an interview as well. But it's we gotta, I had to do 2 videos in regards to the amount of coaching candidates we have. So we have quite a bit of of interviewing to do, I guess. I possibly thought maybe, it was going to be a quick transition to Lincoln Riley, but it looks like he's staying in Norman, unless things change. You never know, because I remember the same thing with Chip Kelly. He kind of he put up a little bit of a fight, and that's why they gave him more power. And I don't know if they'd be willing to do that with Lincoln Riley, but we'll see. But, Philbillies, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I think I'm gonna get going for now. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, like I said. And again, if you are new to my channel, or even if you're not, if you like what you've seen today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you want notifications of all my videos, go ahead and ding that bell right up there in the corner. So, always and forever, as we say, fly, Eagles, fly. And until next time, stay mean, stay green, and thanks for viewing me on your screen.